In the last class, we were talking about who can go for this skill. As I said, no coding background. You need not have any formal degree, right? Even if you're coming from a BCom, BSc or engineering, whatever background you are, even if you have not completed your coding in the past, that's fine. You can still go with this role. And people who are looking for career transition, career gap, non-IT to IT, all of this guys will be the right guys who can scale up on data analytics. And I've told you how data analytics is helping. Even as I said, right, even my mother is doing an analysis. So whatever she does in a basic calculation, that itself is an analysis. So anyone can do the analysis. Most interesting subject ever. Okay, I have mastered about 55 skills in my career, but nothing is as interesting as this. You wake me up at 4 o'clock and ask me to teach Power BI, I'll do that. You wake me up at 2 o'clock in the midnight and you ask me to teach Power BI, I'll do that. That is how this subject is interesting. And this subject, you need to have multiple skills. You need to understand about the data and you need to talk to the database for getting the data. And that's where your SQL comes into picture. And yesterday we've seen about couple of examples, right? How a complete analysis, let's say this is a complaints, but with only complaints analysis, it's very hard to figure out if that bus agency is doing good. But if I have another data, if I have along with the complaints, if I have the booking data, the booking versus complaints can really help us to figure out whether this bus agency is doing good or not. How? I just took the ratio. For every 2 tickets, one complaint. But in 2020, every one ticket, there was a one complaint. So obviously we have improved. And I was showing this example with just 3 columns. There was an analyst from from our Datavision who has given 35 insights. It's all about how much information you give. Okay, a good data analyst is all about with the minimum information, how maximum insights they get it. As simple as that. Correct. Now, with that, I was also showing about our KSR's performance. By this, everyone gets a negative impression. Hey, what is this? From 1,800 of offers, they've dropped to 500 offers. But the high reality, what we are seeing here is we also focus on the number of admissions. Yeah, of course, we were accepting admissions 5,000. Then we thought, why we need to accept 5,000? Let's keep it short. Let's accept only 100 per batch and let's make it 5 batch per month, per year. And finally, we'll try to win the number of offers, right? So if you see 550 in that 500, 91%, but 5,000, only 1,800, 36% of offer percentage. So this gives you a different story. Well, whenever you get a data, look into multiple directions, right? Look into multiple ways. That's the only way to master this.